If you are over 60 and you eat what you think is a healthy diet, this video may be the most important thing you watch this week. Foods that millions of people over 60 eat every single morning, and they are quietly wiping out the gut bacteria that keep you alive.
After 60, your gut microbiome does something that most doctors never explain to their patients. It becomes fragile. Research shows that adults over 60 can lose up to 40% of their beneficial gut bacteria within a single decade.
Before I show you the 4 foods, I need you to understand one concept. Without it, none of what I'm about to say will fully make sense.
Your gut contains nearly 40 trillion bacteria. That is more bacterial cells than human cells in your entire body. These bacteria are not passengers. They produce vitamins, regulate your immune system, and communicate directly with your brain. Think of your gut microbiome as a living garden. Beneficial bacteria are the flowers. Harmful bacteria are the weeds.
When you eat something that disrupts that garden, you do not feel it that day. You feel it 6 months, 2 years, 5 years later.
After 60, your gut lining becomes thinner. Recovery is slower. The same disruption that a 30-year-old shrugs off hits you differently. We now have research linking gut bacteria disruption to joint pain, fatigue, memory issues, and even changes in mood and sleep.
So when I tell you a food is damaging your gut bacteria, I am not talking about digestion. I am talking about your whole body. Food number 4, and I want you to notice your reaction when I name this one. Flavored yogurt pad, including low-fat yogurt.
You have been told that yogurt is probiotics, good bacteria, that it is one of the best things you can do for your gut. Plain yogurt, yes, but flavored yogurt chews, even the brands that say active cultures on the label chew, contain something that cancels all of that.
Added sugar. The average flavored yogurt contains 23 to 29 grams of sugar per serving.
That level of sugar in a single sitting feeds the harmful bacteria in your gut and suppresses the beneficial ones within hours. Imagine sending a team of gardeners into your yard, but feeding the weeds before they arrive. That is what flavored yogurt does.
And here is what concerns me most in patients over 60. Low-fat flavored yogurt often contains more sugar, not less. The fix is simple. Plain Greek yogurt with no added ingredients. That is yogurt working for your gut, not against it.
If you buy yogurt this week, turn the container over. If sugar appears in the first 3 ingredients, put it back on the shelf.
The fat was removed, and the flavor had to come from somewhere. That somewhere is always sugar, or worse, artificial sweeteners.
Number 4 was surprising. Number 3, Hambry. I hear this one every single week in my practice, and it frustrates me every time. Food number 3, whole wheat bread tan, and most whole grain bread products that line the healthy aisle.
You made the switch years ago. You gave up white bread. You chose the brown loaf. You read the label. You did everything right.
Here is what the label did not tell you. Most commercial whole wheat bread is still made with highly processed flour.
The grain is technically present, but the bran and the germ, the parts that feed your gut bacteria, have been mostly removed. What remains has a glycemic index nearly as high as white bread. Your gut bacteria do not see fiber, they see sugar. Beneficial gut bacteria thrive on complex fiber. When that fiber is absent, they starve though, and harmful bacteria take their place. And there is another issue. Most commercial whole wheat breads contain emulsifiers, additives that disrupt the intestinal lining. Research suggests emulsifiers may increase intestinal permeability, meaning the barrier between your gut and your bloodstream weakens. Imagine your gut lining as a fence. Emulsifiers are slowly removing the posts. Everything that should stay out gets in. The packaging says, heart-healthy and good source of fiber. What it does not say is what was removed to get there.
When reading bread labels, you want to see whole grain flour as the first ingredient per in, and fewer than 5 total ingredients.
Sourdough fermented with whole grain flour is one alternative that some research suggests may be gentler on the gut microbiome.
Those first 2 surprised you, I understand. But number 2, Number 2 is the one that makes my patients genuinely angry. 100% natural fruit juice. The kind with no added sugar. The kind your doctor may have recommended.
Not soda, not sweetened drinks, pure orange juice, apple juice, pomegranate juice, the bottles that cost $8 because they are real.
Here is what happens when you remove the fruit from its fiber and extract only the liquid. You create a concentrated sugar delivery system. A standard glass of orange juice contains as much sugar as a can of soda, Klaja, with almost none of the fiber that would slow its absorption. That sugar spike hits your gut microbiome hard. It feeds bacteria like Prevotella, which are associated with gut inflammation in older adults.
After 60, your insulin response is slower. Sugar remains in your system longer, Paver, giving harmful bacteria more time to proliferate.
When you eat the whole fruit, the fiber slows sugar absorption. The polyphenols in the skin feed your beneficial bacteria directly.
Fiber is the filter. Remove the filter, and everything that should be slowed down arrives at full speed, all at once.
And before you ask Bite, yes, this applies to smoothies too, unless they contain the full fruit with all its fiber intact.
For decades, fruit juice was recommended as part of a healthy breakfast for seniors. The research has moved. The recommendation has not. Swap the glass of juice for the whole piece of fruit. Same flavor, same vitamins, completely different impact on your gut.
You are not doing something wrong by choosing juice. You were told it was healthy. Now you know something different. If you recognized yourself in any of these first 3 foods, type the word garden in the comments right now. I read every one. We have covered 3 foods. Each one surprised you. But food number 1 is the reason I made this video. Because number 1 is not just damaging your gut bacteria, it is actively pretending to be one of the healthiest foods you can eat.
And if you are over 60 and you eat breakfast at home, there is a very real chance it is sitting in your kitchen right now.
Food number 1. Commercially packaged granola panam and most breakfast cereals and energy bars marketed as healthy or natural.
Granola is perhaps the most sophisticated health deception in the modern food industry. Let me show you exactly why.
A standard serving of commercial granola contains between 12 and 22 grams of added sugar parried before you add milk. That sugar, first thing in the morning, on an empty gut, creates the strongest possible disruption to your microbiome balance.
But granola does not stop at sugar. Most commercial versions are baked in refined vegetable oils, canola, sunflower, soybean.
These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Research suggests excess omega-6 may increase intestinal inflammation in older adults.
And here is the cruelest part. Granola does contain oats. Oats do contain fiber, but the sugar overwhelms the fiber's protective effect. It is like having a smoke detector in a room that is on fire. The detector is there, but the fire is bigger than the alarm. This applies to most breakfast cereals labeled high fiber or heart-healthy pive, and to nearly all commercial protein and energy bars. If you eat granola or a cereal bar 5 mornings a week, you are disrupting your gut microbiome before 8 in the morning, daily.
Persistent fatigue, joint stiffness that gets worse in the morning, mood changes, sleep that never feels deep enough. These have a source. Food number 1 is not just granola, it is the pattern it represents. Sugar hidden behind a health claim, repeated every single morning. This is not your failure. The packaging says natural, the label says wholesome, the price says premium, the research says otherwise.
The foods in this video have multi-million-dollar marketing budgets telling you they support your health. The research tells a different story. If you want something with oats in the morning, make it yourself. Rolled oats, unsweetened, with berries and a spoon of natural nut butter. For cereals, look for fewer than 5 grams of sugar per serving and at least 4 grams of fiber. Those products exist. They are not many.
Here is the rule I give every patient over 60. If a food has to tell you it is healthy on the package, be suspicious.
Blueberries do not say antioxidant rich on their package. Salmon does not say omega-3 source. Real food rarely needs a health claim.
You now understand something that most people around you do not. You can look at a label and see what they are hiding. Knowing what to remove is the first step. Now let me give you 3 specific swaps you can make this week, Tao, starting tomorrow morning.
Swap 1. Replace flavored yogurt with plain Greek yogurt. Add real berries for sweetness. You keep the probiotics, you remove the sugar. Swap 2. Replace your morning glass of juice with the whole fruit. 1 orange instead of 1 glass. Every time. Swap 3. Replace your granola or cereal with rolled oats, but unsweetened, cooked or overnight FIP, with seeds or a handful of walnuts.
3 swaps. Same breakfast, same time, same cost, completely different impact on the 40 trillion bacteria working for you.
Your gut is not just where digestion happens. It is where inflammation begins or ends.
My goal today was not to take away your breakfast. It was to give you the information your breakfast never came with. If this changed how you see your morning routine, subscribe so you do not miss what comes next. Share this with someone over 60.